Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So, this morning I was listening to the news and they were talking about how Jeff Sessions is under a lot of pressure because during his confirmation hearings, he was asked about whether or not he was aware of Trump campaign members being in contact with Russian officials. When he was asked this, he denied being aware of such communications or contact. But then it turns out that this man, Jeff Sessions, had been in communication with Russian officials on at least 2 occasions. Now, some people are now calling for Jeff Sessions to resign. Some people are saying that he committed perjury. And Jeff Sessions is trying to weasel his way out of this by saying that he was not acting in his capacity as a member of the Trump campaign when he had those meetings with Russian officials. And he also claims that he was not discussing any campaign issues with these Russian officials. Now, I mean, all of this stuff raises a big red flag for me. You know, this man deliberately misled Congress. He should have fully disclosed this when asked about this question. Instead, he presented half-truths and just outright falsehood. And I think that he should resign. And I think that they need to look into whether or not he committed perjury. You know, how can we trust somebody to enforce the laws of the land when they can't even abide by the laws of the land? When they violate the laws by perjuring themselves. And that's what it looks like this man did. It looks like he deliberately lied and tried to deceive Congress during those confirmation hearings. And that calls into question his character. It calls into question his fitness to serve as U.S. Attorney General. And I hope that there's a serious investigation. And this says a lot about this Trump administration. I mean, these people, this is the second person that has some major issue with Russians. You know, you had that person who was supposed to be a national security advisor, Flynn. You know, he was forced to resign when it was disclosed that he lied about his contacts with the Russians. He lied about meeting with them to discuss the sanctions and all that kind of stuff, or calling them and discussing the sanctions. You know, and then one of Trump's campaign directors also had ties to the Russians. I think that the more that people explore this situation, the more it's going to be uncovered about the ties between the Russians and the Trump administration and the Trump campaign. And this is deeply troubling. I mean, it is deeply troubling that you had a foreign power in many ways intervene in this election. And I hope that Congress thoroughly investigates the connections between the Trump administration, the Trump campaign, and the Russians. You know, that's a very serious issue. So I mean, I just think that this information that we know raises into question whether or not this man, Jeff Sessions, is fit to serve as U.S. Attorney General. And I hope that more pressure is applied for a thorough investigation of this man's contacts with the Russians. You know, if this man would lie about even meeting with a Russian ambassador, if he would lie about that when given an opportunity to disclose that, who knows what else this man is lying about? This man says that there was no discussions pertaining to the campaign. How can we believe a word that this man has to say? So tell me what y'all think. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.